Hello and welcome to Gen X or Money with the Skinny Spinster. I'm Diane and I'm the Skinny Spinster, and my goal is to help Gen Xers better understand their money one video at a time. Who are the Gen Xers? We are the lost generation, sandwiched between the baby boomers and the millennials. And today I want to talk to you about something that not only is on the Gen Xers' mind, but is on everybody else's mind as well. And that is the current international outbreak of the coronavirus, also known as the COVID-19 virus. I don't want this to be a medical video because I'm not a qualified medical professional. However, I want to give you information from a most trusted site, and that is from the CDC. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, coronavirus disease 2019, COVID-19, is a respiratory illness that can spread from person to person. The virus that causes COVID-19 is a novel coronavirus, and that was first identified during an investigation into an outbreak in Wuhan, China. The CDC goes on to say, the virus that causes COVID-19 probably emerged from an animal source, but is now spreading from person to person. The virus is thought to spread mainly between people who are in close contact with one another, within about 6 feet, through respiratory droplets produced when an infected person coughs or sneezes. It also may be possible that a person can get COVID-19 by touching a surface or object that has the virus on it, then touching their own mouth, nose, or possibly their eyes. But this is not thought to be the main way the virus is spread. Unfortunately for us living on this planet, this virus is spreading like a wildfire, constantly fueled by gasoline, to the tune of approximately 95,000 people infected worldwide and 4,000 deaths from the COVID-19 virus to date. Currently, authorities are finding that washing our hands often, limiting travel, avoiding large gatherings of people, and handshakes, as well as taking self-isolation precautions if you feel sick, has been the best way to combat the virus so far. So what does this have to do with our money? Well, the tech sector has been canceling events. High-profile artists have canceled events. Sporting events have been canceled, and they've already canceled the 10-day Geneva Motor Show, a massive car show that has been happening yearly since 1904 and only canceled twice, once for World War I and World War II. People are traveling less, which means less airplane, bus, and train travel, less cruise ship holidays and hotel stays, less amusement parks, less consumption of fuel, and less restaurant meals. People who rely heavily on the travel industry for income purposes have had their income and productivity radically diminished or come to a screeching halt over the past several weeks. Factories have temporarily shut down production, and that has affected the chain of supply and demand. It is not a matter of if this virus will hit my community. Rather, the question is when this virus hits my community, how do I prepare myself and my family? Officials are suggesting to the public that we keep 2 to 3 weeks worth of food and supplies in our house. That simple suggestion has already created lots of fear and panic, as no one really knows as yet when this virus is going to get down to controllable numbers. People around the world are starting to hoard the basics that will eventually drive up prices. Stores are not able to replenish their stocks fast enough to keep up with demand, as lots of warehouses and factories have temporarily shut down to contain the spread of the virus, a real catch-22. So as drug companies race to see who is going to come up with a vaccine first to contain the COVID-19 virus, emotional investors sell off their assets to grab what cash they can, causing a knee-jerk selling reaction on markets, making stock values plummet. Are they purposely trying to cause a next recession? During the 6 days leading up to March 5th, 2020, it was said that they haven't had such a big market drop in such a short space of time since 1920. Do you see where I have an issue, Gen Xer? This whole thing started off as a health crisis, and like a jealous older sister, the financial side seemed to want attention as well. Was cutting interest rates at this early stage in the virus really the thing to do? Only time will tell. All I know is at this point for sure is wash your hands often with soap and water and avoid touching your face. 30+ drug companies are rushing to come up with a vaccine, and they are saying it will take at least a year and a half before we see one. A year and a half sounds like an eternity, right? But in reality though, if a drug company pulls it off, then it might actually be a world record. In the past, drug companies needed almost 15 to 20 years to come up with their vaccines. In the interim, we wait anxiously for the summer of 2021 to arrive sooner than later so that life will get back to normal. Businesses and people up and running, working full-time, creating a productive economy. No need to panic, Gen Xer. No need to act irrationally. Like all other crises, this will eventually end. We already know that economic growth will likely be very slow this year, and you need to keep your hands off your face and wash them often. Your investments went up and now they're going down. You, Gen Xer, need to remember what you do with your finances are completely up to you. However, if you are in this for the long haul and you had been happy with your investments before, you have the choice to sit and ride out the storm. It's been done in the past and will be done in the future when something like this happens again. Odds of a global recession are rising as the virus spreads. Central banks are currently doing what they can do to ease the blow should this virus get a lot worse. We don't know if this COVID-19 virus is what triggers the next global recession that they have been predicting, or if another recession is still imminent. In the past, economists monitored barbershops and lipstick sales as an economic barometer to predict if a recession is happening or happened. Who knows if this barometer is still affected in this modern day and age, but I'm thinking with all this gloomy daily news, I could use a little pick-me-up with a new lip color. We need to keep our eye on the big picture. We have already set out financial goals for ourselves. We've made a plan, and we should stick to it as much as possible, making small changes as we see fit to ride out this COVID-19 wave. So as this really bad flu times 20 called the coronavirus or COVID-19 takes up our time and our thoughts, and as it messes with our finances and fear and panic seems to want to take control of us, my Gen Xer, we need to keep our heads level and move through our days rationally. Having to stop extensive travel, temporarily altering the way we go about our daily lives, no one can say with any kind of confidence what kind of harm the COVID-19 virus will cause to the global economy in the future. My Gen Xer, the most important thing we need to remember at this moment is to wash our hands often with soap and water and take the proper precautions to avoid spreading the virus any further. If there are any money topics you'd like me to cover in simple, easy to process terms, I would love it if you let me know in the comment section down below. Please consult a certified financial professional to help you with your personal banking needs, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that like button and notification bell where I'll help you Gen Xer better understand your money one video at a time. I'm the Skinny Spinster. Thanks for watching.